has, that would be the first addition that we would make to it, but just sort of leave it open now. Fund it out of there, be very frugal about it, but we don't know. I mean, we don't know if we need one, we don't know if we need three.
But that gives us an idea of
But
the coming
that would
budgets.
allow us to get through the year, take care of the needs, know what the costs were, and again, when we get to this time next year, that's the first thing that's added to the budget, because we're gonna have to do it. Because otherwise, I don't know how,
We don't have an idea how much it's gonna be.
well, and we don't have the money. I mean, we're, right now with what we're doing, and there'll be some new money next year.
And it could be up to $100,000 to get this funded.
But
Extra over top of what we've already got.
But-
If we do three, no, probably two.
Yeah, that would take you
Yeah.
to two, probably.
And see, because we won't be down the hill till probably February, right, when our court will be functional?
Unless, the only other
Well,
option,
the new district court, when would they
I'm
be
hoping it's
functional?
functioned right by the first of the year.
I'm saying.
I don't know. Not no more.
So, but what we'd have is 9 months.
Well, like Commissioner Wise said, yeah, at least.
We'd have 9 months and we fund it, it's either that, or, and I don't want to, either we have to get off of no tax increase and we have to increase taxes.
No.
Because there's no either or that I see.
I just don't want it to come back at us in January or February saying, well, we don't have the money.
But if we agree that we
Yes.
fund those
Yes.
needs
Out of the general
Yeah,
fund.
out of
just
the
like
general
the
fund.
equipment y'all bought out of the general.
That's fine with me. I agree
for
with
a
that.
9-month period, then, again, then we know what we're dealing with. Right now, if you were gonna ask any of us, nobody has any idea what to budget if we have the money. So let's do that, we've covered it, we know that there will be some new money, and that's the first thing that's added. And then if we have a no-growth budget, we've got that in there again. You know, hopefully things will be better, but we've got to take care of the security.
Yeah, I agree with that.
As long as the money's there,
Yeah. We can take it out of the general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
As
somewhere.
needed, and we'll just see what the needs are.
Sounds good.
Does it work for you, Judge?
That'll work for
For the
me.
sheriff.
Yeah.
I'm
That works.
looking at Tom to be able, we can work it like that.
Yeah, so I think that's the only right thing to do. I mean, we could add this year's budget, but we have to cut some more.
Yeah, no, just
Well, we
do it
can't.
like that.
I mean, we'll have a schedule of when they're supposed to have court. The only thing we'll need, if we could know a couple of days in advance, if they cancel court, that way we wouldn't have to have somebody come in.
That was,
And the person would transport right from over there to over here.
Well,
Or we need a vehicle for
exactly, there,
transport.
you know. We'll do something there. We just don't know.
you still got a van though,
Oh, yeah.
They got an armored car.
but it may be, you know, it may be used, that they be taking somebody to federal court,
It could possibly
what
be,
we're needing here.
not
Because when we get back over to the courthouse, I was talking to you the other day, we're gonna be needing to bring prisoners, instead of sending our lawyers to the jail, they need to be bringing the prisoners to us.
Well, see, that's gonna take
That's how-
more people.
And that's gonna take more people there too.
Well,
Can I ask why?
Why?
I mean, why can't the attorney go to the jail where there's
Because they
security?
have the right to appear in court. And if they do not appear in court, there are things that they can do and come back on a statement. So, yes, we need to.
I'm just asking that
Yeah.
question, I mean.
He is
They,
correct.
we're getting by with it now because nobody said anything.
Wait till they say
Probably will now.
Yeah, right.
Word is out.
something. I mean, that is gonna take another person or two people or whatever.
Or we can't work it in.
There's no secure place over there.
There's no secure place except for that one room. And it's not secure, I guess you can call it.
You could transport more.
Nope.
You got a lot of room in your truck. You hold a police officer's license.
That's all
huh?
right, that's all right. You're kind of my security guy, right?
Yeah, that's right. Security right
Security right
there.
there. Judge, I did have one more thing. Under JP, two, my mind just went blank. We had $1,000 in there for truancy. I know there was, and I know Judge is here.
That's part of the wish list.
Okay.
We always
Well, we
say-
had it in this year's budget. It was in this year's budget because it was in law last year, but did the law change or
Okay.
part of that
What,
budget?
what, I had the deal that you had that was wish list and that was on there, that's going with the wish list. I hate to say it.
Oh, that's fine. Now, I know, Judge Rutland and Bill Real went to a training days before yesterday, I was in a different training in Austin. But we have no idea what the cost for truancy is going to be this coming year, because there has been such a total overhaul that the legislators have chosen to do this year. And so Judge Burdette and I have talked about it quite a bit. He and I are the only two that do truancy cases, or what used to be called failure to attend school, and parents contributing to a minor's failure to attend school. We're both thinking there may not be hardly any cases at all this first year, because this new law is requiring the public schools to do a lot more on their end before they can even file. And so we're guessing, everything is, like you said, it's a guesswork at this moment, and there's nothing definitive. So there's no problem with cutting that $1,000, you know, that's not a problem with me. But just as long as we know that it may be a need, it may not be a need. So-
Surely in a year they'll get things figured out.
Exactly, I hope so. So I don't think it's gonna make a big difference, and I'm not expecting it to make a big difference.
What they've done is fair, and Judge Burdette sent me something on this, and I read it, and there's supposed to be a meeting between the county judge, the mayor of the largest city in the county, juvenile probation, and,
To help set up the rules.
yes, to
for
help
all of
set
it.
this thing up. And
If
it's all
there's
gonna be,
more than
it's
one
not gonna be
court.
criminal, it's gonna be civil.
Exactly.
So
They're
that's
changing it from a criminal offense to a civil offense.
As if we didn't have anything else to do.
Exactly. And the highest fine that a judge is allowed to charge is only $50.
Yeah.
And no court costs. Last year, court cost $81. Usual fine from my court was about $100. So no student generally left without $181, you know, with their fine and court costs. Much of that was, you know, disposed of with community service and other things. So whatever money has been coming in is not gonna be coming in. And that's just gonna be a big cut, that's, you know, that we're not gonna have that coming in. So I'm gonna do everything I can to cut corners so that we don't need it. We still have some money in that truancy fund that we were keeping $2 out of every, or $1 out of every $2 collected. You made that decision about 2 years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember you saying that before.
So
And
that
was
will
a
be
fund.
non-existent now.
That's gonna go away as well.
Where does that money go?
We should have the general fund, so we can receive it.
Okay.
Were you receiving it to the general fund?
Yes.
Because it was supposed to be being set aside for a juvenile caseworker for the JP court is what it was supposed to be designated for. And the state said that we could do that. I applied for the grant to bring it back, and I was told by John Kemple's office, Representative Kemple's office, oh, there's no mechanism for that to happen yet. Well, now they've had this whole overhaul, so where did all that money go, and how do we get it back, and how is it gonna be used? So, worst case scenario, we should be able to tap into that fund if it shows that we need it, but
How
I don't
big is
think.
that fund? At $2 a case.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I couldn't tell.
It's not gonna be,
Yeah.
not gonna be a big fund.
No, it's not a big fund though. That's not a lot of money.
But I'm hoping that it's not gonna be a big deal. I'm hoping that we're not gonna even feel it. So,
You guys, in time, y'all figure out, okay, like this parking lot's gonna have to be done. Is that gonna come out of general fund?
No, it's gonna come out of your budget.
No, it ain't, it's not my precinct.
Albert said
From the standpoint of seal
Okay.
coating, is what you're talking about?
There's gonna have to be some site work done and seal coat, striping, whatever we do over there.
Well, I thought we had agreed on that, when we were supposed to do it on our own, remember? We decided to give it back to that contractor,
But that's
for
not-
them to do it, and it was coming out of that bond.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not in the contract.
Well, it's supposed to be in that contract, I mean,
That's not in the contract. That parking lot's not in the contract.
I ain't paying no money out of my budget to pay that. That's what the bond was for.
Okay, you're sure that that parking lot is not included?
Nope.
It's supposed to be included, Paul. I
Not in the
know.
contract. It was just-
We'll have to check, we'll have to check on that. Because
That-
if
that
it
was-
is,
What was it, like
if
200?
if we have any
No,
money
but what was
left.
put back in the contract was we take down that wall. Remember the first, the Judge Quincy first wanted to put us to go tear down that wall. We took that out, and put that into the contract, not the parking lot.
What,
Don't worry, Nikki, we'll finish the library first.
well, if there isn't money within the bond to complete that, and that money could be spent, because that is a part of all of the
There's the
improvement,
bond, right?
then perhaps what we could do at the very least is we could pay for the materials, and the precincts could provide the labor, however we decided to labor and equipment to do the work. You know, there's absolutely no reason we couldn't chip seal that, and there's no reason that we couldn't blade it and water it and roll it and everything else, and have the general fund. That'd be cheaper than hiring somebody
Right.
to do it. If we've got the money to do it, fine. If not, you know, I personally think we ought to take some responsibility for it.
Well, I was under the impression, I guess I'm wrong, that was gonna be part of the project.
I thought too.
And
Can we use some of the free material we get from the state? That way we don't have to buy any material?
Well, it depends. I mean,
Well, it
we-
depends. It
It all
depends.
depends on that. I mean, we keep
so we're
counting.
positive that it's not included in the project.
I'm not sure.
We're gonna check on
Well,
that.
You gotta check on it.
And if it's not included in the project, what you're saying, well, we can try to work with it that way. If it is, and then hopefully, we're gonna try to hold everybody's feet to the fire, and we're gonna come in, maybe we'll have enough to do that.
Well, and if it turns out that we just, you know, I'd be willing to pay my part if we had to do it. I wouldn't want to, but I'd be willing to pay my part if that's what we have to do.
I don't mind paying, but I'll rather wait until they finish all the project and see how much money we have left over.
Oh, I agree with that, and also so we don't have somebody pull some piece of
Right.
equipment
I
that shouldn't be over there and tear it up. But
But,
I agree, to see if we have the money.
the next thing, if it's not included, then we can't use any of those funds, if there's any funds left over.
But,
We
well,
haven't got that far yet.
but, well, Judge, I would think it could, because that is a part of the overall project. And one of the things that we did mention would be, well, that was road improvements, that's not, but it is a parking lot to support
The courthouse.
the courthouse, the justice center, and to support this. So I would think that we could legally,
Legally to classify.
I mean, that's something you'd have to ask the attorney, but I think we probably
But
could.
our next problem is having money left over to do it with.
We'll get it done one way or another.
You're looking at.
Okay, and a lot of the debris that's over there, we've got a place out at the range now. We've got a big washout out there. It's gonna take several loads.
Some of that stuff can go to that, some of it's gotta, did you haul any of that stuff that the historical commission wanted? Did you already hauled it?
Yeah.
The
Okay,
rock.
so there were some rocks that came out of this wall
Yeah,
that the historical commission wanted.
It's all over there.
Well,
We may be hauling a bunch of stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big washout.
You know, what we ought to do is just pick a day sometime and have everybody provide a truck and, or two or whatever, each precinct, and just
Take it down there.
haul it right out there and get it done.
And we can have a loader here to load, and a loader out there to push it in.
Yep.
Paul, you got a loader?
You got a new one?
Always precinct one, right?
Yeah, but he don't want to scratch it.
Well, you don't want to
They don't want to get a
scratch
scratch on it.
Hey,
But we need to wait till they finish, because I know they want to use some of that
Okay,
material.
the other thing too is some of those trees in that parking lot are gonna have to come out and
Yeah.
go somewhere.
yeah. Take care of precinct one?
Yeah.
We'll burn it.
Yeah,
Put them all out, till somebody backs into one, then they're gonna
yeah.
say, hey,
Yep.
Those trees
Should've been there.
aren't gonna live if you put asphalt
No,
around them.
Yeah.
You gotta take them out.
They'll be,
Well, I have some concrete back in my yard. Bring it loader. I'll donate it.
right up the street.
It is.
I can't pick it up by hand. Get out of this road.
Okay,
Right.
can you get us some things and have our meeting again on,
We don't need Friday.
you don't think we need one for Friday? So we wanna cancel the meeting?
You want to officially cancel it here?
I wanna be sure we don't have to, okay, you got, okay.
No, we already know
Oh,
what
man, we're all in agreement, I think, on what it is we
Yeah.
want to
The
do.
tax rate the same.
If you would allow me to put canceled on that meeting,
Well, I'll do the-
per your
Yeah.
motion here,
I'll make a motion that we cancel Friday's meeting.
okay?
A second.
Okay,
And we'll put
motion's
it
been
on the
made,
rest.
seconded, which is not on the agenda, to cancel the meeting, for Friday the 31st. All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Well, this is including 3%, and then that's gonna include,
20% for the insurance.
yes.
Yes, sir.
And
That's
then-
gonna take everything we're got.
We're
That's
adopting
gonna be
on,
zeroed out.
yeah, we're adopting on the 24th.
And then whatever needs we have for security,
Right.
we'll.
The 24th.
Yeah, of August, is our adoption.
Okay.
Y'all can adopt me too.
We have public hearings on the, what days?
That same day, I believe. I believe, I don't have to look at the calendar, I believe it's all the same.
I don't have my calendar
That's
with
what
me,
it says.
Joe.
I'm working
I
on
can
it.
get your copy.
The 20.
with y'all's salaries on the
We got a
10th.
budget hearing at six,
Tenth?
have a budget hearing at 6 P.M.
Yes, 24th.
on the 24th.
Yes, hearing and adoption. Thank
So
you,
is that
gentlemen.
our next budget meeting?
That's it, yes, sir.
So we're done, we've agreed on
Thank you for y'all's
the approach.
efforts at some.
Thank you for all your work.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
because it didn't sound good yesterday.
I don't drink and I drank yesterday.
I ain't gonna eat lunch with them, like with y'all.
You wanna give that bottle in now?
Man, I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah, Tom said he couldn't even eat lunch yesterday.
I know. I went to
Yeah,
the
that's-
Dairy Queen, got a salad.
Gave me some numbers and man, it don't make no sense, right, Paul?
Is it time for
What's the
cake?
federal?
It's time for cake.
All right.
Hey.
Hold it,
Hey.
let's adjourn.
Okay.
No, wait.
Okay.
Let them eat cake.
Oh, I got a cake, man.
Sorry, man.
Whose birthday?
Eva's birthday?
Eva's
It was.
birthday. She turned